Well, good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Jay, and I'm coming to you from Cornerstone Church, and we are here to do our Tuesday Digging Deeper devotional. And all this week, we're digging deeper into the story from Acts chapter 19, starting in verse 8, where we discover the 7 sons of Sceva. And if you don't know the story of the 7 sons of Sceva, then go back to the sermon on Sunday, and you can find out all about them. But basically, this was a sermon where we began to talk at length about why people of God do not walk in the power of God. And it's basically tied back to a couple of things, but primarily to the depth of their relationship with God. It's always important to remember that before we can ever walk in the power of God, we must walk in intimacy with God. We must have a deep relationship with God. And so how do we build that deep relationship? Well, the two primary ways that we have are through the Word and through prayer. A third way is through service to others, ministry to others, loving others. We're going to talk a little bit about that at the end of the week, but I want to talk about these first two methods of getting to know God. And then we will talk about how service to God augments our relationship with God as we move forward in the week ahead. But I just want to give you some practical hints. Let's start by talking about the Word of God. How do we grow closer to God through the Word of God? Well, number one, we have to expose ourselves to it. In other words, we have to read it. I want to talk about how we get to know the Word of God. The first way is through good biblical preaching. And so this morning, I just want to encourage you, start listening to some good biblical preaching. Cornerstone has a YouTube site. You can go to the YouTube site and see all of the sermons that have been preached here since the time of Pastor Risto on YouTube. And you can watch those sermons and you can listen to some good biblical preaching. Can I encourage you to listen to the Word of God? Come to church on Sunday morning. If you're not doing anything in the Word of God, come to church on Sunday morning, listen to the sermon, and take notes. Don't just listen to it, but listen to it and write down the things you think are important from that sermon. They don't have to be organized. It doesn't have to be an outline of the sermon. Just write down a few things from that sermon, maybe 3 things that you got out of the sermon that are important. What is important to you? I want to encourage you to begin to do this every week. As you come to church, listen to the sermon, bring your journal with you, and write down 3 things that you think are important for you to remember from that sermon. Start there and see what that does for you. Until we meet again, God bless you and be at peace.